Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is Todd Gotches from Colorado Local. And this morning I'm here with Adam Locke from SLVoices. And he's out of Monte Vista and going to tell us a little bit about his company and what he's doing to help the community down there. So Adam, welcome. I appreciate you taking the time out with us. And so if you just tell us, about your company, what you're doing, and about yourself.
Well, Todd, first of all, thank you very much for having us. It's kind of odd to have the tables turned. I'm normally the interviewer. I'm the interviewee this time, but we certainly appreciate it. I am the co-founder of SLVoices, which is a local company here in the San Luis Valley, and basically we are designed to represent the San Luis Valley in what we do. Our mission is very, very simple, 4 words: raise awareness, encourage involvement. And that's really what we want to do. We're working to attract tourism, of course, here locally, supporting local businesses throughout this area in South Central Colorado. We offer the most comprehensive searchable calendar of events for this entire region, and this is an 8,000 square mile area.
Wow.
So it's huge. We produce local podcasts called San Luis Valley Voices. We stepped into video work this year. Obviously with COVID, we had to adjust and adapt a little bit, so we did. We like to tell stories behind businesses, events, and organizations that are of interest to not just our local residents here, but tourists and visitors alike. Obviously, being on the internet and being internet-based as a digital marketing company, we're reaching all over the United States and around the world with what we do. And we take a very modern social media approach to doing all of that. Our intent is to put eyeballs and ears on businesses, on events, and let people know what's going on. And of course, all of this information is available to people 24/7, 365, so they can consume it at their leisure when they want.
Right, because the internet never sleeps, and that's very convenient.
That's
for
correct.
people. Now, you say, Adam, I don't want to interrupt you, but you
No,
say
go
you have
ahead.
this comprehensive calendar, which I definitely
Mhm.
am interested in. But then you also had mentioned something about podcasts, and so I was
Mhm.
hoping maybe you'd expand a little bit on how the podcasts are working to help spread the awareness and help get some of this tourism going.
Absolutely. It all kind of ties together with the raise awareness, encourage involvement. That's why the calendar's there, so people can become involved. How do you affect change if you don't know when meetings are? There's an awful lot of negativity, I guess you will, on social media. We try to focus and accentuate the positive things. If you don't like something that's happening, go get involved. So that
Right.
was the genesis of the calendar, is to have that so people can come and get involved. We take that one step further with the podcast. We've worked with many of the chambers of commerce here in the Valley, and are actually working to work with all of them to promote events. We had a wonderful time last year working with the Creed Chamber of Commerce, and we produced podcasts for all of the different unique events that they have up there, so people can learn about it. It's not just a matter of reading; it's hearing. And we interviewed. Oh goodness, uh, the manager of the Creed Chamber. We work with the Monte Vista Chamber here. We've worked with Alamosa, and it's been a little bit of a struggle this year, obviously, with not as many events happening.
Right. A lot of events have been canceled or have gone online, and
Mhm.
it's a little bit of a different challenge. But it sounds like you're pivoting quite well.
We really did. We worked out an arrangement with our local chamber here in Monte Vista last year to highlight 2 to 3 different businesses every month. So we produce a monthly podcast for them. And we're getting several thousand listens per podcast, which to us is fantastic. I mean, if we were in New York City, that would be terrible numbers. But down here, we're talking a population of roughly 50,000 ish people. So to have 2, 3, 4,000 listens per podcast, we're hitting our mark, and we're real happy with that.
That's really amazing. Really is.
And that's, again, one thing we do. We offer obviously a number of unique and diverse ways for people to gain exposure and interest in what the people we're working with do. We have a monthly newsletter. We do obviously different types of social media campaigns. We have weekday and weekend events post where we put out, here's what's coming up this week, here's what's coming up this weekend. Get out and get involved, and people can sponsor that. Obviously there's a podcast, there's video recording and production services, banner ads, and on and on.
So basically anything to raise awareness to now local businesses and local events
Yes.
specific to the San Luis Valley.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and then what if you are a local business and you wanted to schedule a podcast or something like that with you? How would someone get in touch with you to do that? Or what's the process for that?
Very simple. SL Voices, SLVoices.com. It's an obvious play on words for the San Luis Valley. And all of our contact information is there. We have a Facebook group. We've been doing this just over 2 years, and we're up just over 2,000 active members in our Facebook group. So we're real happy with that
Oh,
too.
that's great too.
Our website, just off the top of my head, we crossed over 700,000 page views in 2 years.
Wow.
So very happy with that. We're produced right around 100 podcasts, and we just crossed last month 200,000 listens to those podcasts. So
Wow, you're really getting some traction there.
absolutely,
A lot of
we work
interest.
hard at it. Well,
I could tell.
I came from the broadcast industry. Audio is in my blood. I just can't help it. They jokingly say once you get into radio, you never leave. Well, this is kind of an adapted form of that. It's a modern way to get word out on things, and love it. Absolutely love what we're doing. It is a lot of fun. As you and I were talking just before the interview, I've got to meet a lot of great people here, and it's just some fascinating stories of how people have got where they are, why they started their business, what they're doing, their intent, their dreams and aspirations. Love hearing the stories, and that's what we become, is kind of storytellers. But we let them tell their stories,
Like
and I'm just
sharing those stories. That's very similar to what we're
yes.
doing here, and I really appreciate you doing that as
Hmm?
well. Now, Adam, we're going to share all of your information below this video, all your contact information, your website,
Great.
links to your calendar, things like that.
Hmm.
So anyone can get in touch with you. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
No, not really. I think we've kind of covered the basics of it. The long story short, we've been in Colorado about 15 years. We came from Middle Tennessee, and about 3 years ago, my wife took ill with a heart condition. She's doing much better,
That's good
thankfully,
to
because
hear.
we changed elevation. We came down from near Bonanza, where we were, to the Monte Vista area. And as she started to recover, we started looking around, going, "What's there to do out here?" And the information was kind of fractured. It was difficult to figure out, what's going on in this town or that town. So it was really the genesis of forming SL Voices, was putting together that calendar. And that's what started everything. The podcast, the video, everything else came from that. But our intent is to be a centralized information source for this entire area. Again, for people coming to visit, for local residents here, we want to encourage people to become involved, get active in your community, help affect positive change. So that's really what we're all about, and we love what we're doing. And if anybody would love to reach out to us and find out more, we certainly welcome their email or their phone call. Again, all the information is on our website, and we'd love to talk to you.
Absolutely. Well, Adam, it sounds like you're really doing a great thing down there. You're really getting
Thank
some
you.
interest. And I think that you could be a benefit for a lot of people, a lot of business owners and people who are interested in getting involved. And so I appreciate you taking your time to do that. And obviously you do enjoy it, because it sounds like you're busy all the time.
Yes,
And
yes.
so,
Every day.
it sounds like you really created yourself a lot of projects there. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time out of your day, especially being as busy as you are. And again, we're going to share this information with our viewers here below or above the video. And so if you're interested in getting some exposure in the San Luis Valley area, or you're heading on down that way, make sure you check out SL Voices, SLVoices.com, and Adam Locke. And I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, thank you, Todd. We appreciate it.